Hello everyone, thanks for an amazing introduction there. My name's Revelle, I'm the COO of Pursuit Minerals and we're a lithium development company focused on the Rio Grande Salar project in Argentina focused. Just flick through, in fact flick to the team, I'd rather just sort of run through and really focus on the highlights of the project and why we're an amazing opportunity for investors to come into. So starting with our board of management, we have a very well-established, significant capital markets team. I'm not a geologist. I come from a capital markets project development background, and we are more about the development of this project, and the genesis of how we brought this project to market was really focused on historical exploration where we could look at building and parallel with ourselves. Led by our chair, Pete Wall, Mark Freeman, big appeals for the Trilogy team, of which was acquired by Pursuit to actually join, for Trilogy to join with Pursuit. Very highly credentialed, well-established individuals who we've had the pleasure of working with and who are really value adds to this project. With Pete and Mark, we have Tom Eady. Some of you might recognize Tom. He was the founding chair of Salah Resources. Took that from a 15 mil market cap to $1 billion market cap with graphite in Africa. And we're looking to do the same thing here again. Myself, I've been in the lithium space for the better part of 15 years, started my career at Rincon, which was purchased by Rio Tinto more recently, and have developed several lithium projects in Argentina. I'm joined by my country manager, Alejandro, or Alex, who's also from Rincon Lithium, has worked in Argentina, is an Argentinian. So we have a very experienced in-country technical team with a development focus. So this is our project, the Rio Grande Salar lithium project. It's about a 10,000 hectare stake on the Rio Grande Salar. We originally pegged this project for a couple of reasons, one being the advanced pathway to production, and on top of that, the existing geological information that was already on the ground. So the Salar Rio Grande has a 2.1 million ton Ni 43-101 resource. So we know that there's lithium there. That was through drilling to 100 meters in depth. So with that was enough for us to look at this and go, hey, where can we find ground which is on the center of this deposit? If we just flick to the next slide. So these two key maps really showed the identifiers for us to progress those acquisitions. If you look on the right, there's a graph that shows you all of the drill cores and grades. So within our tenements that are actually on the four bits there, we were able to identify grades 380, 400 MGLI, which are actually there's two drill cores on our tenement border. On top of that, the whole Salah has been CSAMT surveyed, which was done on various stages by previous companies. For us, this again was a big plus, as we were able to pull up some tenement ground within the southern depot center, which is a large component of that lithium resource. So for us, this is a project that not only it's not greenfield exploration, we're not pegging unknown ground, this is a more a brownfield, if you wanted to classify it in that stage. So just running to the next slide. We do have a northern Salah as well, which our tenements are split into two areas. One in the south, which is pure on halite, so you're talking right on the Salah. The other one is further north and has the same off-Salah geological features, which we're starting to see now with a lot of lithium companies exploring where the alluvial plain of the Salah extends out from the Salah boundary. So a lot of companies such as Galan Lithium and Argosy Minerals have drilled off Salah and had some significant sized resources found, which is what we've also found that the geological indication is showing on our northern tenement here. In fact, a company listed on the TSX is drilling to the east of us, about 2 kilometers east, off the Salah, which is that middle photo which you can see there. And they actually intercepted lithium down to 600 meters in depth, which we're expecting for some significant grades. So that geological information added to what we've found and the historical information is presenting some really good upside and some significant, we have some great expectations of when we start to drill that northern part. Just move to the next. And these are some of the examples of that geology, especially with Galan there in the middle. You can see where a lot of their resource sits off the side. So running through the technical stuff, where are we heading Pursuit as a company? Well, today we announced that we've optioned a lithium carbonate pilot plant. So looking at Pursuit at the moment, we're about a $50 million market cap. We are looking at a state now where lithium is at the forefront. Everyone in this room has heard of lithium. We're going through the electric revolution where we've just hit 10 million electric cars coming into the market. The reality of lithium is that if you go back 10, 20 years, it was a very specialty chemical. Lithium brine is almost chemical engineering masquerading as mining. It's actually not in the sense of drilling out a hard rock deposit. You're dealing with chemical brines, chemical engineering, and it's a very complex, intricate process. For us, we're walking up the steps of our peers, and namely Argosy. So if you look at Argosy Minerals, we're following a very similar trajectory. So yeah, the colleague who mentioned before a 10-bagger, we're looking more at a 20-bagger in terms of where we can go to. So, from our perspective, and for us, lithium is following the process. And people go, oh, is that for real? Is it for real? Yeah, absolutely. Argosy Minerals not long ago was $1 billion market cap. So for us, we're following that process of production. We have our pilot plant, which will start developing and looking at the testing of our balance, of our block flow chemical engineering. For us, it's about producing a viable product that we can then sell into the market. We have our TEM exploration that's commencing at the end of this month, and that will give us some really good ideas of where the optimum drill core locations are. Remember, we already know that there's lithium under our surface. We're now looking at quantifying that through a resource and leading that into a bankable feasibility study. For us, the aim of the game is production, and production first at a pilot scale that we can then expand into a commercial plant. So when looking at the pathway for us and why Pursuit is following a process that we've done before. So namely, on a timely slide, you can see there's a company there, Arena Minerals. This one has very similar geological features as our Mito tenement. That was actually a company that I founded back in 2018 when lithium wasn't lithium. That achieved an exit of 340 million Australian dollars when it was purchased by Lithium Americas. The Rio Grande Salar project has been put together in the exact same manner as that project that achieved that exit. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're walking up the steps of project development, resource, production at a pilot scale, and then looking to expand that. So for us, we have a very exciting back end of the year where we'll be starting our drilling on the project once we've completed our TEM, CSAMT. We also have our pilot plant, which we're looking to complete that acquisition, as soon as we can, really. As the market demand's there, lithium in itself is a growing market. I always point people to go and have a look at the old Roskill reports. Roskill is considered one of the industry standards, and you look at their forecasts of the new projects coming online. I don't think in the last 10 years there's actually been an accurate forecast of projects projected to come online that have come online. There's also a very intricate element that brine projects are not hard rock. Lithium hard rock is a 6% oxide that still needs to go through a Chinese converter. Lithium brine projects often produce carbonate or hydroxide as an end product, which are the actual end product. You're starting to look now, and people are becoming more educated, that the cost curve of the lithium brine projects is in that lower quartile. We're looking at margins of $25,000, $35,000 per tonne on a sale price for lithium carbonate into China. A lithium brine project has a C1 operating cost of between $3,000 to $4,000 on average if you look at the established majors. So for us, we're talking significant margins, a fantastic demand where you have companies like Goldman Sachs calling lithium the new shale oil, the new copper, all the bits and pieces that you want to hear. And we're seeing that also in market trends where we've had 10 million electric cars sold in the last year. Tesla has reduced its cost its purchase price for its EVs, where we're now starting to see pricing wars to gain mass market adoption. So Pursuit, we're in a fantastic position to be meeting this market demand. Our project is looking to walk up the production life cycle over the end of the year, and we've got some really solid fundamentals in place. I think that was it. So timely with the slide. I think that was our pilot plan announcement released this morning. So we have some great news for coming out over the next 6 months. We're really focused on developing this project. For us, lithium is the future for many people, and we're ready to answer that call. Thank you.